Okay. Okay, so welcome back everyone. Andy, you're first on my screen. So would you want to tell us, a little bit about what you've done and all that? Show us a bit of it. You're on mute. Okay, sorry, let me.
Can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Picture
Okay.
of children dancing, and there's a sunrise there. And I've done a bit of symbolism, which is not like me really, because I'm a bloke. I don't do symbolism much. But I have borrowed the symbolism. It's faith, hope, and love, really. And this a cross. It's a heart monitor, and it's a heart because the verses that we looked at about faith, the cross. We are who we are because of the cross. We're children of God. And it's all about love as well, the love that Jesus had for us. And the verse goes on to talk about hope. It says, but we do know that when Christ returns, we will be like him because we will see him who he is. This hope makes us keep ourselves holy, just as Christ is holy. So I've pitched it from Corinthians chapter 13, and love, and some children dancing. Sunrise, there we go. So that's right. IF, not really.
Wow. Thank you. Wow.
Slow work, so it's a bit rushed, but hopefully it comes across a little bit.
Yeah.
The
Wow.
movement
Yeah.
is fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. Yeah. Okay.
Clever using the heart monitor symbol.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Very clever.
Very
Yes.
clever.
Well done.
I pinched that one off the internet. If I get a tattoo, that's the one I'll get, I think.
Okay, thank you. Susie, would you like to go next, please?
Yeah.
Yes.
My painting feels a bit twee, but I kind of so I was really struck by what Sean said about us being chosen, and we are undeservedly brought into the family of God and as part of the royal household. And I was trying to express the outpouring, his lavish outpouring of his love over us, that goes overarching all are the promises that he has made over us, and his love flows through us and onto then the rest of the earth. It's interesting looking at it on screen. So on my piece of paper, like the lavishness outpouring looks a bit more prominent, but on the screen it doesn't at all. So I think that might be a bit more outpouring.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Wow. Wonderful. Yeah. Great. Yeah. Great.
Powerful stuff.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. I think when you take the photo and you put it up, later on or something, I'm sure the colors will pop and all that, and we'll see as it rather than showing it on Zoom right now. Thank you, wonderful. Shan, would you like to show us?
I've done some artwork this week for a change. I don't know if you'll be able to see it.
Wow!
Well.
Wow!
So basically, this is Jesus pouring out his love on his children. So I've done media. You can maybe see the children or one of them.
Right.
Yes.
There's the little girl.
Wow.
Jesus there in the middle. So I had all these various little stickers and things that I've had for a while. So this one here that's at his throat says, "Here comes the sun," and I just thought that was a nice pun on words. And the others, this one says love, and this one says have a lovely day. And on his cloak, I've got he's got birds, and one that says dream near the bottom, near his sandals. So he's surrounded by fire, and all his children are around him. You probably can't see very well, but they've all got the little tongues of fire above them. The butterflies are to represent the Holy Spirit, but they're all encircled by fire. So they're with the Lord, but they're all encircled by fire because they're being protected as his children. So yeah, that was basically what I came up with.
Did all that in an hour? That's amazing.
Amazing, isn't it?
It sort of helps when you've got things that just stick on, you know. It's quite quick art.
But it's because it's quite difficult to express some of these abstract things, isn't it? You know, we look through a mirror darkly and all that. You know, and it's wonderful to actually to be able to express some of these, you know, very
Yes.
abstract ideas. So that it's like, wow, fantastic. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Sarah, would you like to? Yes.
Okay. I also was inspired by the lavish pouring out of God's love.
Oh,
Wow.
great.
Wow. Great.
So I used masking tape and you know,
Right. Right.
it's just I wanted it to look a bit like rain, like through a window, and just being underneath God's love, just being poured out.
Wow.
Yes.
And just that, yeah, image of, and it's never stopping.
Yes.
Yeah, all the goodness. Yeah, I don't know if
Wow.
it's old, but she is.
Wow. Beautiful.
Great.
Yeah.
Wow. Beautiful. Yes. Okay, Amanda, you have something for us?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Yes.
First off, I think I've been quite ambitious. So this is kind of like just the beginning part. It's going to be a story, or rather it is a story, but there's still a lot more to be written, and I'm going to have to radically edit it afterwards as well.
Okay.
But it's called The Calling so far, and I was very much sort of like very much what most people have already said. Quite touched by the fact that we have been adopted in to God's family, and then how His love has been lavished upon us. So it's very much taking the idea of a character whereby there is a godly king, but the kingdom is being redeveloped, and people are being chosen. And I've only just done the beginning part, basically. So it's called The Calling so far. The Royal Military blew the trumpets as the carriages entered the city. Maud could see the silver banners on either side. She looked right and left and wondered why there was so much fuss. So, surely, as village folk, they were going to be put into some small homely abode until they were given further instruction, she thought. The 10 carriages pulled up outside the enormous royal palace. Maud disembarked and she glanced at her fellow travellers. Everyone's eyes seemed to flick from each other to the palace stone, and then finally rest on the royal courtiers approaching them. Welcome to the royal palace, said the royal official. In groups of 4, you'll be taken into your quarters. There you can relax, shower and dress for dinner. Dinner will be held in the central room, but do not worry, there are many royal quarters that will guide you. You will get lost many times, but there are people who will help you. The silence of amazement responded the group. Everyone was led up the thick, soft, red carpeted staircase. Gentlemen, you will need to follow Stan, and ladies, you will follow me. I'm Star. Star randomly split the 12 women into groups of 4, and each group was assigned a new porter. The 4 women huddled together as they sat on the leather sofa in their new apartment. I'm Lucy, and I'm your porter. You are free to go and come as you please. This apartment will be your new home for the next 6 months. You will have many questions. Keep them for now, but rest assured they will be answered. For now, shower, dress, and take the time to get to know each other. Dinner will be in 2 hours, where you will meet the king. Maud felt panic rise up inside her. How could this be, she thought. Lucy called one of the other ladies, who had a round, soft, warm face. Why are we being given such grand accommodation? I work on a farm, she added. Your old life is behind you. When you were approached by the royal soldiers, they saw something inside you, your God-given potential. When you accepted the invitation to join the king, you agreed to leave your old life. This is your new life. King Sebastian will tell you more, said Lucy.
Very good.
That's what I've got up to so far.
I want to know more.
Yes.
Great.
To be continued.
I will, yeah, I will finish it. It's going to be quite long, but I will cut it. But yeah, there is different ideas.
Great images.
Ambitious.
That's yeah. It's a very wow. It's a wonderful analogy. It's a wonderful. Okay, please finish it. No. Yeah. You have left us on a bit of a cliffhanger now. So. Right. Yes.
I will finish it.
Yes. Okay, Shawnee.
Yo.
Okay, so I've got a poem, which it is finished but needs some work. So this is kind of like my first draft. Anyway, and really, I was kind of I really struggled. I didn't actually get anything started until kind of like getting on to about 11 o'clock. I really struggled with where to go with this. But anyway, this is a poem and it's called Just Like My Dad. You can tell at a glance that we're from the same stock. We have the same nose, a distinct lack of hair, both broad-shouldered, with freckles stippled upon our backs. Our arms more suited to lifting bricks, to moving the broken, positioning slabs at just the right angle, fluffing a pillow to ease the sick. My mum sometimes tuts, "You're just like your dad." And as I queue right behind him, legs crossed, legs crossed in one arm support, leaning against a bar like synchronized sinners, I realize I have turned into my dad. Mannerisms made more than blood, learned through time upon precious time, the intimacy between father and son for all to see. I have my dad's timing, quick wit and a joke. We shared our space and I have learned his ways through the everyday osmosis of character. And when I spend time with my heavenly dad, my Abba, father, who died for me, it should be a given that I become more like him.
Oh, wow.
Very good.
Yeah, fabulous.
So,
Synchronized sinners, honestly.
Yes!
So she's having a breakfast.
Synchronized sinners, like I say, I'm just like my dad.
Yeah. Thanks, Sean. I really, yeah. There's so much. I think as a father myself, or that, and I'm sure all the fathers here in this room, it's a sort of a bittersweet thing, you know. How, well, I won't go long into that, but it touches it. Yeah, it's really evocative, Sean. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Can I just say, we were just talking to our granddaughter just before, and we were saying you are so like your mother, and of course that's not the sort of thing you say to a teenage daughter. But it's lovely. It'd be lovely if people said to us, "You're just like your heavenly Father." Wouldn't it be lovely?
Yes.
That's right.
Yes, that's right. You hit the nail on the head, Andy. Yes. Thank you. Wow. Okay, Liz, would you like to?
Right.
Yes.
Hi, I've done 2 miniatures this time.
Wow.
So I don't
Wow. Yes.
So this
cool.
one is a case that it is a bit of the idea of something that is so large a concept is hard to put it into something. But I was remembering things like Thomas, sort of the Henry Moore sculptures, and this sort of about the father. It's like the idea of being embraced as a child. The father embracing, and for me it was the lavish love of God, and how that takes a lifetime to sort of really get it dropped from an intellectual thing in our heads to a knowing in our hearts, really. And so that was that one. And then this one, and out of that lavish love just comes, because everything we live, we move and have our being in God. So everything we need comes out of the glorious relationship that we have with God. So that's why I was choosing the colours I did, you know, blue being heaven, and all things pertaining to purity and love and whatever. And then the glory of God just surrounding all the relationships. And this one was just about the fact of, I kept thinking of that old song about Lord of the Dance, and how our Father sort of, you know, and how as a child we sort of, as his child, that we follow his lead, and he does bring us into a joyous dance in life with him. And so that was, and similar clothing. So with like you say, Andy was saying that you know, the greatest thing is to be said that, well, we look like our Father. So, and it was just, yes, again, the idea of living and moving and having our being in God, and all the lavishness and all the sort of cornucopia of blessings that we get through life with that. Yeah, even in the dark times. Yeah, even the small, you know, not just looking for the big blessings, but sometimes it's the little blessings that sometimes we can overlook. Yeah, so that's some of my thoughts today.
Good.
Lovely drawings.
Yeah, that's really amazing. I think you can really see the Spirit and the Wind of God moving through all of these, isn't it? You know, inspiring all the different things, and just expressing it, you know, very differently to each of us, you know, just because of who we are, how we are different, you know, and the Spirit just moves through it. I was like, wow, thank you, Liz.
Thank you.
So you're next on my screen. Would you like to show us?
Okay.
What do you have?
Actually, Liz is dancing person with God. It just made me think of something that I painted some time ago. I don't know whether you can see it up on the wall there.
Oh, yes.
Very peculiar black hair and a cornflower blue skirt and stuff, and that was suggesting how God frees us up in his love to be able to dance quite kind of almost wildly, really.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But what I've got today is it's very wet and messy, so it's on some newspaper at the moment.
Wow.
Last week I was doing colouring in, wasn't I? I think I'm in my colouring in phase, sort of thing. I'm not sure how I can hold this. Let's.
You move your camera, yeah. Move your camera maybe. Oh right. Oh wow.
It's
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's just a mess. It's nothing, but it's I just felt I wanted to use colours to try and express the lavishness of God's love that was in that verse that that Ali was sharing, and so I was just sort of lavishly using the colours and making a general sort of mess, not really having much skill in that, but yes, that's what it ended up with. So it's not just the colours, but that I've put them on really thickly, which is why it's still so kind of wet, and they're not oil colours, but they look a bit like when you paint with oils, don't they? When they sort of thick there. So it doesn't. It's not meant to represent anything particular. It's not meant to be a kind of nature picture, but it's just using the colours to express that lavishness of God's love.
Great.
I see a wide open place just behind the tree.
Yeah, sorry, say again, Sean?
I can see a wide open space in the sunset from stood just behind the tree.
Yes, yes.
All right. Okay.
Yes, yes. I think it's very evocative, Sue. It's fantastic. It's marvelous. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Martin.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
What do you have?
Continuing a theme of lavishness. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. It's quite big.
Wow.
You see that?
Yes.
So I've been inspired by looking out at my garden, which has got many colours in it, many shapes. So this was my idea of what's the word? Abstracting it and showing God's lavishness in all the colours. It's quite big. I'll show you one half at a time. It's two sheets. That's one side, and that's the other. And they cross and they do connect up.
Yeah, it's excellent.
So that was fun to do.
Very contemporary.
Yeah. I like the shape.
Well, I'm alive now, Andy, so it must be.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Worth a lot more when you're dead, though. That's the only problem.
Right, I'll take a photo of it and put it on the website.
Definitely get the lavishness there, Martin.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Definitely, yes, yes. Wow, I feel like, as always, I feel like, I'm such a rich visual feast. Yeah. Ellie, would you like to show us?
Hey, I went differently. I was thinking on that. I don't think we should be called children of God, and that's what we are. And that's my first attempt at a self-portrait since I was about 17, and it was just trying to really realize that includes me. I really am a child of God, and so I had hoped to put color on it, but I haven't done that yet. And also it was too complicated to do it with glasses, so I took my glasses off, which meant I can't see as well. That's a vain dilemma.
Beautiful.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you anyway.
Great.
Good.
I know I think that's a very useful exercise, to always paint and see ourselves, as children of God, isn't it? It's wonderful. Wow, great. Yeah. Thanks, Ellie. Yeah. Okay, Sherry, you're up.
Right, that's so many images going through my mind. So it took me a while to settle on one, and just try to show you.
Wow.
Wow. It's fantastic.
Wow.
Really good.
Wow.
To do
Very
that
good
now,
sketch.
it's amazing.
It needs a lot of work, but the idea is it's the joy of that love from the father, and it's a child just running and jumping into my arms and being lifted up and swung around in his strong arms, trying to represent that joy of her feeling so safe in his arms, being whisked around and held by him. Yeah.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. Wow. Yes. I think you already can see quite a lot of feeling and all that, even in those few strokes. Wow. Thank you. Okay, I suppose.
What people achieve in an hour, it's just amazing.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, we're talking about adoption. So I was a picture. This is a photo of an orphan in Syria. So I guess I think from the sharing, it was. I guess it's difficult, isn't it? And I think my intention was to show that I think sometimes this is what we see, and that there's a disregard for people, there's a disregard for, you know, all the sufferings, and it's complicated, you know, all the sufferings in the world, everything like that. But you see I was trying to draw a halo around the child, you know, because I think at the end of the day, God sees beyond that, doesn't it? He sees beyond he sees beyond all the, you know, and he sees each of us, you know, as his children, as his adopted children. So I was trying to get a lot of complication about what Ellie was sharing about adoption and everything, all that, and I'm still trying to wrestle with it, you know. So it's like, yeah, that's mine. But that's that.
Right.
Okay, can we all hold your pictures to the screen, you know, for one great, is that, yeah, for the recording, yeah. Say, yeah. That's great. That's great. Woohoo! Okay. Okay. Great. Thank you all so much. I hope you had a wonderful time. Okay, I did, and as always, you know, I feel so. I feel so. You know, it's such a wonderful start to the week, though, to have this richness of vision and expression and all that from all of you. You know, it's really wonderful, right? So thank you so much, and yes, thank you so much.
Bye.
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 Bye.